I wanted more women to feel this. This is beautiful. This is awesome.
Hello, YouTube subscribers and guests. First of all, yes, I've got sexy cold voice today, so bear with me. It's just for the intro and the outro. But I wanted to give you the next part of my interview with Dr. Yassin Hall. So she's an author, she's a CEO, she's a mental health advocate worldwide, and she's the author of 2 memoirs, Journey Untold and Beyond the Love Curse, both of which I had the honor of narrating. In today's part of the interview, she talks about what inspired her to write the books and her own mental health journey to healing after trauma. Your childhood was really a difficult childhood, which you really bring to life in Journey Untold. And I imagine that had to be a pretty difficult. I know you were resistant to the process to start. And I mean, I imagine the process of writing must have been pretty challenging for you, yes?
Yes, it was very challenging. Even though I sat down there in court for 7 days and wrote out, I literally just did a brain dump of all I could remember of all what was being ignited in the court case and what was being told. I could not read, I think it was chapter 4. I could not reread that chapter of the incident that happened with my mom, because that was the very first time in my life I'd ever spoken about it. Nobody knew.
This was the day that your mom threatened your life.
There's a section of the book where I tell people to actually throw the book. You can throw the book down because
Yeah.
right, because things kept happening, and I literally go, yeah, just throw the book away.
Right.
And they actually would write on the comments and in the reviews and stuff, you weren't lying. I threw the whole book away, then walked over there, picked up the book.
And you did hint that there was a little bit of pushback from the first book in some cases. And so I'm wondering what inspired you then to write the second book.
The pushback.
Oh, that's my dog. Sorry. My dog loved that answer. She just
Yeah.
ran out the door. And then when you decided that you were going to write it, was it as a response to that pushback, or you really wanted to share like this section of my
No,
life?
I did not. Oh, no. You've read it? No. I did not want to share all that. For some, it was like, oh my God, I didn't know that she was going through this. I'm so grateful that she spoke about her story because I can relate. I got those great responses. But to the others who could not relate, oh, I told you she was crazy. I told you, and she, and they started attacking my womanhood of relationships, right? Yeah. They were taking my failed relationships and not knowing why they failed and judging me as a woman that I was to blame. And at the time when I wrote it, I wasn't completely healed. I was still going through the trauma of my divorce. And I didn't realize how I was. I didn't realize that I was in a bad place. And this is why they were able to upset me in the pushback.
Right.
And it pushed me into therapy. I was like, I don't want to be that woman that they're describing. And obviously, all these people can't be wrong about me. And it was a hard realization to accept, When they attacked my relationships, I felt they were only looking at it from one side of the glass, and they didn't look at it from why I left, and not realizing that the impact I had as a child, the impact of not having a father, the impact of not seeing meaningful, fulfilling, healthy relationships in my community and around me. I literally was dating myself to get to know myself and didn't realize that. So I was dating trauma and didn't realize I was traumatic. And I needed to heal because I no longer want to manifest those relationships. I wanted to have good relationships. I wanted to have powerful, loving, kind relationships that are received and give, tearing up because that was such an emotional time where I had to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself all the things I hated and own it.
That's a
And that
difficult
was
exercise.
hard. And I realized, this is why women don't go into therapy.
Yeah. Yes.
And I remember hurting so bad in therapy and facing all these truths about myself. And the realizations that, I put myself in these situations because I needed to heal. There are days where I wanted to go, I'm out. No, I'm done. Because who wants to be crying like this, right? But the same token, when I finished the session, somehow I went to the next one. And the next one, and I started writing my notes after each session. So I'll have like a 2-hour session. And then I'll write all the takeaways that I took away, good and bad, about the sessions, and I wrote them in my notes. And I was doing that for me, so that, if this ever happened again, another failed relationship, I could just look through my notes and know what to do and how to cope, and and learn and grow some more. And after the last session, I've never felt freedom the way that felt. It's amazing to look outside and go, I really have a wonderful life. And this is before money, anything. This was me living in poverty and thinking, I really do have a great life. I really have come a long way. I really have escaped a lot. I really am blessed. Hallelujah. This is freedom. And I wanted more women to feel this. This is beautiful. This is awesome.
So was it these notes then that you took from your therapy sessions that led to the
Beyond
Beyond the
Love
Love
Curse.
Curse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in it, of course, for those who want to go find the book and read it or listen to it, it outlines a lot of the relationships that you've had. I really hope you are enjoying these interview excerpts with Dr. Yassin Hall. There's more to come in the weeks to follow. And if you liked this video, please do click the like button. Please consider subscribing as well. And hopefully I'll see you next time.